Hey guys, welcome back. This is the part 8 of lecture number 63 from our bootcamp series. In this lecture, we will try to understand what is the difference between array methods and query methods. Okay, so let's try to understand with some practical. So here you can see that I have performed a query student.all or let's say student.limit 5. Okay, so this query has written me the 5 student instances. Okay, now student dot first 5. This query also give me the first 5 records. Okay, now what is the difference? Here you can see the difference that student.limit 5 is an instance of active record relation, but student.first 5 is an instance of array, or it is an array. Let's verify this by its class name. Let's try to get. You can see here is the class is array, and here the class is active record relation. Now what is the difference between both of these? That you cannot chain query methods on an array. Okay, for example, if you want to apply ordering of attributes in this query, let's say order, say id, then you will get this error: undefined method order for array. Here you cannot provide, so here you cannot change your query methods. Why? Because student dot first 5 is an instance of array, or its outcome is an instance of array class. Okay, but here you can change your method. Let's say order id. Okay, and here you cannot call other query methods as well, like let's say find. Okay, first 5 dot find, because it just iterates the single query and make it enumerator. Now suppose if you run this find for query on limit 5, you will get a single instance. It means that find query is working here correctly, but this is not working correctly here or as expected. Okay, now with limit 5 you can apply where query as well. Say where id 5. So now it gives you the students between id 2 and 5. So it's give you the id of 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you cannot apply this query on array dot first 5. Okay, undefined method where for array. And similarly, the other query methods which are applicable on active record relation object or a relation, you cannot apply outcome of an array. Okay, so first 5, last 5, sort, map, it makes your student, sorry, not student, any model's outcome as array instance, and then you cannot change further method on that. But you can invoke array methods on the outcome of a query method. Okay, let's say for example student.order, here first name. Okay, so now here you can apply first 5. This will totally works, and this is totally fine. Why? Because you are trying to get array from an active record relation, but vice versa is not true. You cannot do this like let's say first name. It does not make sense because, sorry, I typed the wrong name here. Let's say first, because order is not an array method. So this is the difference between array methods and the query methods. So whenever you try to get some output from a collection or in single instance, then just try to make sure that if you are trying to get it using some array methods, then just make sure that you cannot apply, or you should not apply further query methods on that collection. But if you are getting your collection or records into an active record relation instance, then you can apply both array methods as well and the query methods as well. So this this is something that you need to be care about, and this is something you need to be aware about, because I saw in my career that many of the developers forget this mistake, and sometimes they got confused that what is the difference between first five and limit five, first last five and limit five, and first five dot order, or first 10 dot order, or first n dot order. So they get confused at that time, and that does not make a great impression over the interviewer or the client, or it does not make the good impression in our coding practice as well. So what you should do, what you try to do, that just fetch your collection using some query method into an active record relation instance, rather than getting it into an array instance. Because for example, suppose if you have been asked to list first 10 students from the array, then I was always prefer to write limit then order query rather than finding first five. Because suppose if you need to perform another query on that collection, then you cannot make it. Why? Because you, if you use this using first and record, then you made it array, and on array you cannot apply your active record queries. Okay, so that is the purpose of this video, to just make you aware about what is the difference between array methods and query methods, and when you should choose array methods and when you should not choose array methods. Okay, so basically just try to make a practice that always get your records into an active record relation, and then you can apply or further queries, or you can change query methods on that collection. But with array it is not possible. Okay, so that's all from this lecture. So with this lecture we concluded our lecture number 63, and now in lecture number 64 we will try to look at eager loading and n plus 1 query problem. Okay, so thanks for watching this till then, and let's meet in the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care and stay safe.